Hi, my name is Lena and I'm from Flipabit team. Today we will create a weather app. It will be a fully functional clone of the original app found in the App Store. Why are we talking about the weather, you ask? What is interesting in there? All it is a temperature and precipitation. But do not rush to conclusions. Despite its apparent simplicity, this app uses many functions that no modern app can do without today. It includes working with a database, formatting the output of text and images, receiving and processing REST API queries, auto-completion of antis and geolocation, multilingual support, multi-level scrolling, and on top of that, many animations. So, let's have some fun. I meant, let's start creating. In the part 1, we will reproduce the home screen user interface. Let's take a closer look at it. The name of the city and the current weather conditions are displayed at the top of the screen. It is followed by a large current temperature display. Further down is the line showing the current day of the week and the high-low temperature for today. Next is a list of hourly forecasts for the next 24 hours, scrolling horizontally. This is followed by a vertical forecast list for the next week. Then a brief forecast for today and a vertical list of climatic data. All these blocks are joined into a vertical scrolling list. Everything except the lines with the name of the city and weather conditions, which are stationary and are always visible on the screen. Open Flipabit. Select an empty project. Open the Project Inspector. On the Settings tab in the Target Device list, select iPhone 6 Plus. In the Project Navigator, select Page 1 and then, in the Style Inspector, set the page background color to blue. Let's now add a background image with the snapshots of the original interface. Insert Image widget. Select all images in the Project Materials folder. Expand the widget to fit the page. Hide the icons in the Widget Inspector. Rename the widget to Original. Now I plan to add widgets sequentially over this background image, attempting to reproduce the original interface. Add a text widget. In the Project Navigator, drag it over the original. In the Widget Inspector, enter Paris in the text field. Resize the widget. In the Font Inspector, select White and increase its size. Rename the widget to City Name. Duplicate it and rename it to Weather Conditions. Now enter the text Sunny and adjust the font. Adjust the high. Duplicate it and rename it to Weather Temp. Adjust the size and position. Type 39. Add a degree symbol. and adjust the font. You can see that the original uses light font. Select the light in the weight list. Adjust the vertical padding to align the text. Excellent. Duplicate the widget. Adjust the size and position. Type Sunday today. Adjust the font size. Set the font weight to normal. And align to the left. Adjust the size. You can see that the original uses small print for the world today. To do this, we use the text size parameter set to a value of 2. And also make the text bold using the tag. Rename the widget to weekday today. Duplicate the widget to display low-high temperature. Move it to the right. Enter text. Align it to the right. The low temperature is darker. So we again use tag color parameter set to a value of light gray. Add a non-breaking space to increase the indentation. Rename the widget to min-max. Now we need to add a list of hourly forecasts. Let's add a list view. Move it above. In the widget inspector, set the horizontal orientation. Hide the background color. Select the white font color. Do the same in the font inspector. Let's align it to the left. Expand its width. Adjust the height. And type the values. Here, each item in the list is a column consisting of the hour value, the icon, and temperature. For line breaks within an element, we can use the tag or the double caret. Increase the font size. In the widget inspector, enter 7 in the visible items field. Now we need to add a weather condition icon. Add an image widget. In the icons folder, select O1D SVG file. Drag it above. Rename the widget to Assets and hide it. In the widget inspector, right-click an image and select Rename Type O1D. Right-click again and select Copy the file name. Then select our list and paste the file name. We see that the icon appeared in the list. Let's add one more line and finish setting up the widget. In the Style Inspector, increase the bottom margin. You can see that the original uses small print for the hour number. To do this, we use the text size parameter set to a value of 2. This is a list of hourly forecast for the next 24 hours. So let's duplicate the lines. Uncheck the divider. Add a top and bottom border. In the Style Inspector, set the border color to white and the opacity. Let's set top and bottom border to 1 pixel. Rename the widget to Hourly. Duplicate it and rename it to Weekly. Adjust the size and position. Set the vertical orientation. Use the double vertical bar for the indentation. Add here and here we need to pass the icon name. Here I will use two lists, the first one for the day of the week and the icon. The second one is for the low-high temperature. Because the first list is aligned to the left and the second to the right. Align to the left in the Font Inspector. Adjust the size. Let's duplicate the lines. Increase the bottom and top margins in the Style Inspector. Duplicate the widget, rename it to Weekly Temp. Use the R key to align the selected widget to the right side of the page. Use the double vertical bar for the indentation. Align text to the right. Adjust the size. Let's duplicate the lines. Excellent! Now let's remove the borders for the last two widgets. We've completed the first part of the screen. Unhide the original widget. Select the second image in the list. Now we need to add a scrollable area and place the list of climatic parameters there. Hide the original image. To enable scrolling, we need to join the widgets into a group. I'll show you a little trick in order not to change the position of the widgets after grouping. I will now add a widget and set its size equal to the size of the future group. Select all widgets. Right-click and select Group Selected Items. Rename it to Main Group. In this group, the name of the city and the weather conditions remain in a place, while everything else is scrolled. Let's combine the widgets that should scroll into additional group. Remove the widget we no longer need it. To make the group scrollable, it suffices to move one of the internal widgets to the outside of the group. The scrollable area will automatically resize from the top left to the bottom right widget. But in our case, it's more convenient to use the list layout. In this case, all widgets of the group will be automatically arranged in a column or in a row in the order of their placement in the project navigator. Let's combine some of the widgets into additional group. This will become the lines of the future vertical list. Let's now select the scroll group. In the Group Inspector, select List in the layout. Let's set the spacing to 0. Let's turn on the original image. Watch how, when a widget is resized, the underlined widgets move along with it. Adjust the text padding. In the Style Inspector, adjust the vertical padding. Excellent. Let's see which widgets come next. This is a brief forecast. Select the scroll group. Let's add a text widget. As the text added, scrolling appears automatically in the group. Enter the text. Oh, we can't see the text. Let's change its height in Geometry Inspector. Enter text. Copy the degree symbol. Expand the widget. Adjust the font. Increase the margins. Align to the left. Adjust the size. In the Style Inspector, add a top and bottom border. Now let's go on to adding a list with the climatic parameters. Copy the weekly list. Select the scroll group and then paste the copied list. It will be added to the end of the group. Rename the widgets. Expand its width. Enter 8 in the Visible Items field. Let's change the text. We use the line break symbol ****. Show the divider and adjust the color. Zoom in the workspace. Now let's try to adjust our list. Select the list. Let's decrease its height so the dividers match the original. Now let's change the position. We see that the widget has exceeded the size of the group. Let's reduce its width. Now we need to change the font size. Use the text size parameter set to a value of 6. Duplicate the lines. In the Font Inspector, in the vertical list, select Bottom to align text to the bottom. Adjust the vertical padding. Excellent. Hide the original. Zoom in the workspace. Let's add the remaining parameters. Several parameters will be missing. This is because, and I'm jumping ahead, the service from which we will receive data does not provide all required fields. Fit the workspace to page. Note that the widget does not appear immediately when scrolling. This is due to the fact that the widget is dynamically deleted if it's not currently visible. Let's fix it. Select the scroll group and in the group inspector uncheck the unload widgets. Now the widgets once loaded are no longer unloaded and do not disappear from the screen. Also hide the scroll bar. In the group inspector uncheck the scroll bar. Excellent! We've completed the user interface. The next lesson will be diving into Flipabit to connect our interface to data. So, if you don't want to miss that lesson, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Bye for now!